I was so hard-headed at first. My grandma didn't even believe in me. I kept going though. All I can say is I told you. Jury at the bank down the vault. You should have never doubted me. I'ma work to my last breath. I'ma hustle to my last breath. Yeah. Yeah, you should have never doubted me. The pain and the struggle followed me. My daddy never been that bothered me. And these cold streets made a man of me. Knew a time it'll come, they doubt me. Had to keep them OGs around me. Keep a young homie grounded. You never know where your motivation to come from. We do the most with these bras and pop shundun. They try to push you aside, you gotta fight some. I had a line on the thigh and now we back guns. I want that number one spot, I'm like icon. I got that beast in my eyes, I'm like Tyson. With my heart and my drive, I know I'm righteous. Keep some ice on me, rocky like bad boy. Once you win, you gon' want more.
What happened? We alive. We were going through some technical difficulties. We figured it out. It all worked out. Here we are live. So excited to introduce our guest to you tonight. Look, man, it took some work. I want to give big props to my producer, Blake, man. He made it happen. This guy's been putting in some work. Well, I tell you, if you ain't over here doing the show, you should be doing it. Right here's where it's happening. FFN Radio Network. We're live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Kelly. We're live on FFN Radio, International, world-renowned, Facebook, world-renowned internet radio station. Look, man, you're not doing the show on this, man. How are you doing a show? You're going to be doing a show right here, man. This is where it's happening on the radio. So look, without further ado, I want to introduce our guest because it took long enough to get him. Big shout out to my Blaze man, producer for making it happen. And so tonight, on tonight's show live right here, we got the one and only Darrelle, Too Sweet Coley, two-time NABF champion, IBC welterweight champion, world champion, and Mid-Atlantic welterweight champion. Darrelle Coley, how are you? Welcome. It's an honor to have you, man.
Hey, Jerry, man, thank you, man. You know how much I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
No, I want to thank you for being patient and, working through all the technical difficulties and everything, man. It's just a pleasure to have you. And how's everything going, man? How you doing?
Great, man. Everything's great, man. And you see, it's within the last 10 minutes of me and your friendship, how much I need Lady Champ. Because without Lady Champ being as smart and as intelligent as she is, we wouldn't be online.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I do not want to forget the Lady Champ, the 5-star Lady Champ. Give her a big shout out for me. She's the one that figured it all out with all the internet problems. She got you here, man.
She did. Look, get what Bridget just did. She just brought me something to drink. She's the greatest of all time.
I'll tell you, you're a lucky man. You're a lucky man, Darrelle. So listen, man. Two-time NABF champion, IBC welterweight world champion, and Mid-Atlantic world champion, man. How's that feel, man? When you get into
the Mid-Atlantic isn't a world belt, but the IBC is a world belt, man. And I feel so. I feel so. I mean, I'm talking about you. Just back when I had the belts, or when I was in that position, I didn't feel it because I was working so hard to become bigger and better than what I was. But now that I realize what I became, man, I'm extremely proud of myself.
Boxing Hall of Fame.
And I was so focused on why my mother didn't want me to box, and I just wanted to please my mother and prove my mother wrong. And when they called me, when I got the mail and it said I'm inducted to the Boxing Hall of Fame, I never thought about being in the Hall of Fame. I never thought about being in the Hall of Fame because I didn't care about. I didn't need that under my belt to feel successful. But once I got the opportunity, it's the biggest thing that ever happened to me, man.
So you got a letter in the mail, you said, right?
Not
I
letting
guess
the
when you opened that letter and you started reading it, what was the emotions?
Well, it was numb because I didn't want to, because I'm not the type to brag, so I didn't tell nobody. So I got the letter maybe 3 months prior to the event. So by the time the event came, I forgot all about it. I'm at the gas station and I'm pumping my gas. Somebody said, "Congratulations,
Wait a minute,
champ."
wait a minute, wait a minute. You're pumping your own gas?
Of course I am. You're way in Boston, Jerry.
So go ahead, man. Go ahead. So you're
You was
pumping your gas. You're pumping your gas. Someone congratulates you.
So somebody said congratulations. I'm like, why you congratulating me? He said, you going in tomorrow. I said, going in where? He said, the Hall of Fame. Jerry, I put $30 on pump number 2. Do you know when I got home, my car was still on E because I forgot to pump my gas. Because I said, I said, well, Jerry, I said, man, I need a speech, man, I need something to wear. I mean, I have a closet full of clothes, so I was cool on that. But I'm writing a speech. And I said, why? And when I got to the event, Jerry, I threw the speech in the trash. I said, why would I? I know my whole life. Why would I read it off a speech when I know everything that happened to me? Jerry, I threw the speech in the trash and they called me up there, Jerry. I'm looking at the trash. I cannot go to the trash and get the speech because everybody is watching me. So Jerry, when I got on the mic, the only thing I can remember me saying, I made it. That was my first word saying, I made it. And I just remember everybody laughing and this and that. So when I finally watched it, because I didn't know, everything came off the top of my head, and it was a great situation, man. It turned out to be great.
How did mom feel?
My mom is so proud of me, man, because she said, Daryl, I never wanted you to get hurt. I said, Mom, that's why I train, so I can hurt somebody. I said, but the thing is, my mom is so proud of me, man. My mom is my biggest fan, man. She's my biggest fan.
Absolutely,
To
she's
this
your big.
day, she let me to death. She like to this day, my mom still never wanted me to box, so she's so proud of the fact that I made it out safe.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with that, with starting with mom and everything, I wanna start from the beginning. Um, so tell me why how did it work out where you got in? I want to start where you uh, just started getting into boxing. Why boxing? Why did you get involved in boxing?
Well, I got involved with boxing because a situation. My brother, my own. I only have one brother, my big brother. He was so competitive, man, and it's like he wanted to see if his little brother can be his best friend's little brother, and when me and Eric Givens is best friends, and I guess I don't know if they made a bet or not, but he just and we're friends. He didn't care about the friendship or anything. He made us fight, and I lost the fight because I wasn't interested in fighting my best friend. I wasn't competitive, man. So I only boxed to prove to my brother that I can fight. I'm at 28-0 as a professional, and I still don't know if my brother think I can fight. I'm number one in the world, and I still don't know if my brother think I can fight yet. So I'm still trying to prove to my brother. But this is the thing, Jerry. If I would have known that I proved to my brother years ago, I would have never boxed.
Wow, wow. So it's safe to say to prove to your brother. So we should thank your brother for Too Sweet Darrell Coley.
Yeah, we should, and like it was a time when it's like I'm saying to I never been knocked out. I'm not. Wait, no, I've been stopped once in my whole boxing career by Oscar De La Hoya, but I thought that it wasn't fair for me to get all the headaches, and I had to work so hard to prove. And it's like I got beat upside my head many times, man, just to prove to my brother that I can fight. That ain't fair, man.
No, I mean, obviously it's not fair, but man, you must have really loved your brother and looked up to your brother to be able
I
wanting to
did.
prove that.
Yeah, he means a lot to me, man. He passed away, but man, that was the only brother. Jerry, I was 37 when he passed away. Jerry, can you believe this? I'm 37 years old, and I've never cursed around my brother one time. Not
Wow,
once.
wow.
That's how much
Wow,
respect I have.
God rest his soul, man. He brought out the best in you. He brought out the best in you. You wanted to prove to your brother that you were the best, and you did that. So within a couple of years after turning pro in 1990, right? You turned pro in 1990.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So after turning pro in 1990, you went 18-0. Then a 10-round draw in I think it was the Great Western Forum tournament
Yeah,
in
but yeah.
California.
Uh-huh.
Even though it was a draw, your opponent advanced by 1 point on the judges' scorecards. How did that feel?
That was they robbed me. I won the fight clearly. It was a ex two-time champion. It was a tournament. How do you advance in the draw? If the fight was a draw and we was in the Western Forum, I thought I won the fight. A guy named Lonnie Smith, but I won the fight, and they moved them on. But Jerry, you have to understand, because I had a draw, I'm still undefeated. So I went 28-0 before my first loss.
Yeah,
I went 20. So don't say 18 and one and
no, because I might be wrong, Darrell, and I know you're throwing jabs at me here, but from what I'm
Boston.
reading,
I came to Boston and I didn't see you.
yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But within a couple of years after turning pro in 1990, you went on an 18-0 record. You were like 18-0, man. After turning pro in
I went 20. I went 27-0, man. When I fought Overcott, I was 27-0 before they robbed me, man. That's my first loss. Not the
right.
draw. Yes.
We'll get to that. But let everybody out here listening know how you became the NABF welterweight champion in 1994, and then again in 1997. So you were a two-time champion.
Yeah. See, what happened was I look up to people that I look up to, and I don't care what weight they're in. I looked up to Terrence Ali. I got Terrence Ali autographed maybe 3 years before we fought, and I seen him and I knew who he was. And I said, man, can I get your autograph? It was a pleasure for getting his autograph. Then my manager called me 3 years later and said, Darrelle, we got a fight with you with Terrence Ali. I said, no, I'm not fighting Terrence Ali. I like Terrence Ali. He's one of my favorite fighters. My managers told me how much they paying me for the fight, and he said it's for the NABF title. I said instantly, F Terrence Ali. Ali. I forget Terrence. And then Terrence Ali came to the weigh-in and said to me, man, I gave you my autograph before. I said, no, you didn't. You ain't give it to me. You'll be getting mine after the fight. I bet you that. But he did give me his autograph. I denied it. He remembered me. I don't know how he remembered me, but he remembered me. But turns out he was on my great fight, man. It was a tough fight too, man. I stopped him in the 11th round. And then what happened was I defended my NABF title maybe 3 or 4 times. Then I had the opportunity to fight Overcott. I feel as though they stole the fight from me, and Overcott took the belt from me. And it was in the contract. It was a guaranteed rematch if I was to lose under any controversy. And I get out the contract with Don King with any controversy, and because I was worried about the controversy because he was a Don King fighter. So what happened is, we was a guaranteed rematch. Overcott turned the rematch down, and I had the opportunity to fight Kip Diggs, not Kip Diggs, but Pat Coleman. Pat Coleman won the fight. I won every round. Pat Coleman hit me in the back of my head, and then they stopped the fight. The loss on my record because he was on drugs. He was on drugs, and he got disqualified. And this is how much of a champion that I am. They try to declare me the champion, the NABL champion. I said I don't want the belt like that. You can't give me no belt. Let me fight for it. That's when me and Kip Diggs fought for the belt.
So yeah, but when you had the NABF, and let's the NABF welterweight championship belt, Sugar Ray Leonard held that same belt. Your boy Campus, obviously, nowadays people know Darrelle Coley, Overcott, Kip Diggs, Darrelle Coley. You defended it twice.
I defended the belt. I defended it more than twice. You mean
So
before
the NABF?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I defended him more than twice. Excuse me, but I lost it to Overcard, but I got it back when I fought Kip Diggs for the vacant NABF title.
Sean Porter had it. Canelo had the NABF title. There's a few fighters out there that had that title, and I think that's really good. So let's get into the Kip Kip Diggs fight. I want to get into that a little bit. What was the sparring injury that forced you to withdraw from fighting Kip Diggs?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have an injury. I'm number 2 in the world, and I noticed Pernell Whitaker. I'm fighting all these undefeated guys, and I'm noticing Pernell Whitaker that's champion. I'm with Lou Duvin them at the time. my last 3 or 4 opponents undefeated. Pernell fighting guys with 5 and 6 losses. So I'm looking at the fact like, wow, they're trying to get me beat because they never wanted me to get close to Pernell Whitaker based on my style. I thought. So what happened is when they bring up Kip Diggs' name, he's like 27-1 or something like that. And I said, I'm not fighting Kip Diggs. Give me an easy fight, like Pernell getting easy fight. So what happened is I didn't take the fight. They gave the fight to a guy named Curtis Peoples, one of my guys that ran was in my weight class in DC. We fought 4 times. I beat Curtis 3 times. He beat me once. But Kip Diggs knocked Curtis Peoples in the first round. And because I turned the fight down when he fought Curtis Peoples, I called before they even got out of the ring, I called my management, give me the fight with Kip Diggs. He can't beat me. So what happened is after a few months, after a few weeks, we training right before the fight, the doctor said I can't fight. I got the flu. So when I called my promoters and told them that, they said, Darrelle, you already pulled out the fight once. You can't pull out the fight again. If so, we're gonna strip you from the number 2 ranking. I said, take the fight. I told my trainer, I don't want to hear nothing about the flu. So if I lose, I don't want to hear nothing about the flu. So when we fight, I'm fighting Kip Diggs. I'm extremely weak. Jerry, I sent you a tape of when Kip Diggs threw 3 punches over top of my head, and they called it a knockdown, but he never hit me. Did you see that?
Yeah. So if he never hit you and you went to the mat to the canvas, what put you on the canvas? Was he trip on his feet? But did you trip on his feet? Did he force you down? Your legs were weak.
My legs. Look, I'm in a gym. I'm in the dressing room. You know how you in the dressing room and you boxing. I mean, you hitting the mitts and everybody that's supporting you around you and they clapping and they cheering. My trainer told me to give him a 4-piece combination. I gave it to him. He said, give it to him one more time. I was so tired. I couldn't get, I faked like I was going to give it to him, and I walked off, and everybody started clapping. I was extremely tired in the dressing room. I was tired in the dressing room, yeah. But I don't want to have no excuses. I don't want to take anything away from Kip Diggs, man. I love the guy like a brother, and he put up a great fight. He put up a great fight, he did. But I don't want to take his glory by saying I was sick, but I was extremely sick that day.
Yeah, and it was a really competitive fight. From what I read and from what I seen, it was.
But if I was fresh,
Diggs was from Hyannis, Cape Cod, right?
Say it again.
Was he from Hyannis, Cape Cod?
Who? Kip?
Diggs.
I don't know where you're from.
Yeah, he was a boxer puncher. Was the pride of Cape Cod. Hyannis, to be exact. But the former IBO world welterweight title holder also at the same time, right? Wasn't he?
I don't know. I don't know anything. Look, I don't know anything about nobody that I fight. I just want to fight them. I mean, I know enough to know if they can fight or not, or what they fight. But but you got to understand, like I didn't look at fights. I didn't look at tape as much as the normal fighter did. I will see 1 or 2 rounds. And that's all I need to see. I just want to know his style of fighting, But I didn't, but my trainers did a great job. And let me say this, man. My trainers, I had 2 trainers, Leonard and Al. I want to say this in front of the world. There's no way I would have got nowhere near where I made it to if it wasn't for my trainers. I give all the the respect, and I give all the credit to my trainers, man. They was great trainers.
Absolutely. Listen, man, you're absolutely right. So you finished with a 38-2-2 record, right? With 27 knockouts.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky you didn't meet me.
Well, I did meet you.
I think I would have given you your third loss.
Well, listen, Jerry, listen.
I'm
I
not.
want you to see because when I see you, Jerry, it's on, Jerry.
So let's and we're gonna get to the Kip Diggs fight, and I know you guys met up in Boston with this event that just happened last weekend. I want to get into that, but I want to talk a little bit about the Oscar De La Hoya fight. Before we get into it, I want to ask you a question. Was that the biggest fight of your career, or were another fight that you felt was big enough?
Let me explain this to everybody, not you, Jerry, but to everybody. Everybody that fought Oscar De La Hoya was their biggest fight. It was Floyd's biggest fight. It was Shane Mosley's biggest fight. It's everybody's biggest fight. And it was everybody's biggest fight. And I did not want to move as much. And then you can see this man is 2 times bigger than me, man. Come on, Jerry.
Can you see the video?
I can see the video. He's way bigger than me. And that's the thing. That's the thing. I didn't get enough sleep the night before the fight because he never made weight, and that was on my mind. Like, how you gonna sit there and cheat me out of the biggest fight of my life? I get cheated on the scale.
So so was Oscar De La Hoya all what he was built up to be? Since you were in the ring with him, you would know more.
Let me tell you what I felt from the time we threw the first jab. I felt experience. He didn't go for nothing. The guy was a gold medal winner, 6, 7, 8 world champion. The guy fought everybody. Look at his resume. I asked Holyfield maybe like 3 weeks ago, who has a better fight resume, you or Oscar? He said me, right? Like easy. Then he said, whoa, hold up. He said Oscar did fight a lot of good fighters. I said, man, Oscar got one. I said, I'm not saying taking nothing away from you, but Oscar got a tough, thorough resume. For everybody, he fought Pernell Whitaker, he fought Floyd Mayweather, Felix Trinidad Ike, just to name a few, man.
Yeah.
But now, just to name a few, man, he got a thorough resume.
So that wasn't the biggest fight of your career? That
is the biggest fight of everybody's career, Jerry. Yeah. That's the biggest. Everybody that fought Oscar, that was their biggest fight in boxing. I'm being honest.
Yeah, Floyd, I appreciate that.
Floyd, they made the Pacquiao fight bigger than Oscar, but that wasn't a bigger fight. I mean, financially it was, but they made it. They forced it to be a bigger fight than Oscar. Oscar is everybody's biggest fight. That's how big Oscar was in boxing.
You never took your eyes off your opponent in this fight. I watched it plenty of times. You were laser focused.
Yeah, but I didn't have enough sleep. I didn't get enough sleep the day before the fight. I was asleep. I was laying down, but I was that was the inexperience.
Yeah.
Inexperience guy.
So growing up, so let me ask you this. Who was your favorite fighter in Washington growing up?
Well. It was a guy named Ducky. He's an amateur. Everybody know him as Ducky Johnson, I think, but he was so good. They had got JoJo Kings. Like right now, one of my favorite fighters from DC is Chop DeMarcus Coley. And it's for several different reasons. Because it's not about winning, it's about competing with him. And he's in tremendous shape at the older age of whatever age he is. And it's like he's been a world champion. He's been everywhere. He's seen every side of boxing. And and all the boxing have seen everything. Everybody have seen that. Everybody has seen every side of boxing.
Marcus Coley's got a lot of talent, right? He designed all his outfits that he wore to the ring. He's a tremendous cook and a great boxer. So let me ask you this: do you really believe that Oscar De La Hoya didn't watch a video or even know who you were when you fought him?
Let me say this to you. Excuse me. It was in 1998. I was in Big Bay, California. I'm finishing my run in the mountains. Oscar said, Coley, like Coley. I never met Oscar. He said, Coley. And I looked at, I'm like, damn, that's Oscar. So we walked towards him. We sat and talked for like 3 hours. And of course he know me, because if I'm #1 in the world, you're the champion. You know exactly who the number one world is. If you fighting the #3 guy and the #4 guy, you gotta know who the #1 guy is. No, that was the disrespectful comment that he made, because he was trying to disrespect me. That's all that was. And then you can't tell he's bigger than me right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Jerry, surely, Jerry.
You got a big melon, man. You got a big head.
But no, check this out. But Jerry, look who's talking.
So let me ask you. So let me. So you really feel that he was you? So he knew who you were. Oscar Della knew who you were. If you're the #1, like you said, if you're the #1 ranked fighter in the world, obviously you know, and I get it. Because I've never fought professionally, and I can tell you who the #1 fighter in the world is. So obviously, but
of course,
yeah.
Of course he know. A champion always know who the least the top 10 is in his division, because he gotta look out for him. I'm #1. Of course you know. He fought Pat Chamandier, whatever his name was. I went to the fight. He was #2 or 3 in the world. If you fought Pat, the #3, you gotta know who the #1 is. It's impossible.
I agree. So let me ask you this. So let me ask you this. Was the plan to frustrate Oscar going into the fight, and did he hurt you? Did he hurt you at all during the fight? So first question, and I threw 2 out there for you. The first question is, what was the plan going into the Oscar De La Hoya fight? Did you want to frustrate him, get him off his game plan, and did he hurt you at all during that fight?
It was two game plans. It was it was 2 game plans. It was what my trainers wanted and what I wanted. They didn't. I didn't want what they wanted. They wanted me to move and run. Why am I running from him? I don't even know if he's strong. Okay, if he's strong, I mean, Darrelle, move. I can be in training camp. I'm boxing a guy in training camp. If I stop for 1 second, they'll call time. Darrelle, stop. We want you to move. What? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You don't even know if the guy can punch. Why is I'm respecting this guy before I even get in there? You can't over respect somebody, man.
Absolutely.
Jerry, listen, Jerry. If you notice, if you watch, pay attention to Jerry. Whenever I stop moving, he don't come nowhere near me. He stop himself. Watch, Jerry. When I stop, he's gonna stop in his tracks. So I'm saying to myself, the only reason he's coming forward is because I'm moving. They wanted me to move from him from the beginning of the round before I even knew anything about him. I didn't appreciate that.
Did you study any film on him?
Look,
yeah, he does. So when you don't come,
he don't come nowhere near me when I stop. I fought with the way my trainers wanted me to fight. That ain't the way I wanted to fight.
Well, but you know what, Darrelle, too, it's the same time a lot of fighters are taught to listen to their trainers.
I was taught to listen to my trainers. That's why I listen to my look right there. Look. He not coming forward. When I stop, look, Joe, he don't come nowhere near me until I move. Look. When he don't come nowhere near me. Until my trainers right now is saying, Darrelle, move. What you moving? What am I moving for? For what? What am I moving for?
So if you could do if you could fight Oscar De La Hoya again, right?
Yeah.
Would you do it differently?
Yeah, of course I do it differently. Of course I do it. I would do it the way I want to do it, not what somebody else wants me to do. I think I should have put the pressure on De La Hoya because De La Hoya, if you can look, De La Hoya didn't want to fight. He coming towards me. But the thing is,
like he didn't want to fight in the center of the ring. He didn't want to trade punches with you.
No, he didn't.
Because you know why? And what I get from that, Darrelle, is he really knew who you were. He looked at film on you. He knew you were a power puncher, and he knew you had fast hands. And not only did he know you had fast hands, your footwork is phenomenal.
Right. But see, the thing is, they wanted to fight me. Understand it, Jerry. I'm #1 in the world. excuse me, De La Hoya lost to finish Trinidad. They called and asked to fight me and offer me more money than Trinidad was offering me. That's how I know he knew me because he knew I was #1 for the WBC, and I was and Trinidad took the WBC from him. So that means he's out of the picture. My next fight was Trinidad. They offered me $1 million more than what Trinidad was offering me, so they can get back in the picture. So if he take my #1 spot, it puts him back in the picture. So I know he knew I was.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Darrelle. Why the Ricky Martin comment? I like Ricky Martin.
I was hot at the time, and he was, and then I heard De La Hoya was trying to sing too. I'm like, come on, what are you trying to do? Like Ricky Martin. Hey Jay, hey Jay. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. You don't put the microphone in front of me. I just found out you trying to sing, and Ricky Martin is the man right now, and they look alike too.
I just had to ask that. I just had that. So look, man, you fought Oscar De La Hoya, Madison Square Garden, rich in history. You're in the locker room. So you're the main event. You're in the locker room. Fights are happening. You're sitting in Madison Square Garden where some of the greats, Muhammad Ali, some of the greats, Joe Frazier, which I love Joe Frazier. You're sitting in that locker room, rich in history. What are you thinking about?
Well, my thoughts would have been much deeper if it was my That's like my 8th time. I've already been over. Oh my God, this is the same dressing room Muhammad Ali been in. It's the same dressing room Joe Frazier. I fought in the garden maybe like 8 or 9 times already. So I wasn't on that. I wasn't on that tip at that time. But I'm saying this to myself. I know I'm not feeling as good as I supposed to with this fight being so important to my box career. I was, huh?
Because of the weight?
Yeah, but no, because I didn't know. No. I should ignore the weight and got to sleep. I didn't go to sleep the night before the fight because I'm thinking they cheated me. They cheated me. They cheated me. And it's like, this man, and by me, and this no lie, I won at 146. Do you know the day of the fight when they came to the dressing room to weigh me? Do you know how much I weighed? I weighed 147 and a half. I picked up a pound and a half after the fight. And they try to stop weight 152 or 53 like Oscar did. Oscar never made, man, he never made weight, and it bothered me. It bothered me, man.
Yeah, and I'm sure it did, but so the last fight is happening before your main event, right? You know your fight's next. They're gonna call you out, Madison Square Garden, packed house, fighting Oscar De La Hoya. What are you thinking about right here?
I was so mad. Listen to me, JJ, Jerry. I was so mad. Listen to what I'm saying. It's a guy. What you call him? I forgot what you call him. The guys that tell you to come out, they're ready for you, right?
Yeah.
So they calling me out to the ring. So, but I'm not ready to go out yet. Leonard, my trainer, is rushing me, so scared. Darrelle, come on. They calling. I said, Leonard, the fight can't go on until I'm ready. What did you so act like you've been here before, Leonard? Come on, man. What are you doing? Jerry, if I'm not ready to leave yet, I'm not leaving. Do you think they're gonna give everybody their money back and tell them, well, the fight is over? I'm not ready to come out yet. My trainer is rushing me because it's a guy that's making $12 an hour, rushing a guy that's every celebrity in the world is there, but I'm the second important person in the house. Oscar's first. I'm the second one. So why are you letting this guy rush me in the biggest fight of my life? It just shows so inexperienced, so much inexperience was around me at that time. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
Act like you been here before, man. What is you doing? Tell the guy, hold on, we're not ready yet. What can he do, Jerry?
Yeah. So who was in the house? What celebrities were in the house? You know any of them?
Man,
Any of them? Yeah, give me one. Just give me one.
Denzel Washington, of course, he was there. He was in my room.
Oh man, Denzel. I heard he wanted to fight you, but you backed out. But anyway, listen. So so you were #1 in the world. You were #1 in the world. So look, I got a fan asking a question, so I'm gonna take the question from the fan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It says it must be hard to keep your composure, especially after you feel cheated before the fight even happens. Let me
You know,
read that again. Let me read that again. It must be hard to keep your composure, especially after you feel cheated before the fight even happened. That's from Justin Vieira Sr. So
it was that was a good that was a good that was a good question. Well, even though I don't even know if that was a question, but that was a good statement. But the thing is, it was extremely hard because I'm trying to prove them the best in the world. I'm trying to prove they already, you know, they kind of avoided me because I being honest, before the Oscar fight, I haven't fought maybe like 2 or 3 years. I didn't get no tune. Every tune up that I was trying to get, they was giving because they was giving me guys undefeated guys. Why would I take a tune up? So I was getting mistreated the whole time, man. I was #1 in the world, and I didn't have nobody in my management on my management team to even protect me. One thing, this is what I have to say about my trainers. Their job is to train me, not to manage me nor promote me. They did a great job. They can't manage me because they're not my manager. They can't promote me because they're not my promoters. My trainers did a great job as trainers.
as traders, but your promoter company was it Main Event or Lou Duva, or why Lou Duva and not Don King?
The reason they was mistreating me because I was right there behind Pernell Whitaker. I was in Camel Pernell. They wouldn't let me box Pernell. I'm boxing people. Me and Pernell boxing the same people. I'm right underneath Pernell. They won't let me spar Pernell. They won't let me box Pernell. They won't. They didn't want me to fight Pernell. I was a younger guy version of Sugar Ray Leonard to them, and I think they thought I'd give Pernell problems.
And that leads me into another fight. Since you said Sugar Ray Leonard, I know you got a close relationship with him, but when you fought Obaka, you reminded me because I remember watching that fight. You wouldn't have gave me the time of day back then. I know you do now, but I remember watching that. Here we go, right here. Look at you come out of that corner. This is the Obaka. I'm looking at your feet. I'm looking at your jab and your speed, and you're reminding me of a Sugar Ray Leonard.
Well, that's a good thing. If I remind you of Sugar Ray Leonard, I wouldn't want, and you know, I was thinking because I'm from DC, from Maryland, and he's from Detroit. It was the Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns scenario all over again, but Oba wasn't as rangy as Tommy Hearns. But I thought, and I like Obaka too. Obaka's cool. I like him. I like him.
Was that a tough fight for you? Was that a tough fight for you?
Say it again.
Was that a tough fight for you?
Very tough fight. Well, because I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I listened to my trainers to a T. I listen to my trainers to a T. And even if something is wrong, I'm still going. And that's one of my biggest faults. I listen to my trainers. And even though even with Kip Diggs, I'm telling my trainer he's not doing it. He is doing it.
Let's
he goes to the left.
I want to get into that. I want to get into the Kip Diggs fight. But look, you're fighting Obaka here, and I like the movement right now.
Obaka had fast hands. He had power, and he had experience. Obaka fought all. If you notice, Obaka fought all the champions. Fittest Trinidad, Ike Ortiz. He didn't fight. He didn't fight Pernell. He fought Oscar De La Hoya. He fought all the great fighters, man. All his losses to all the great fighters. Yeah,
but I like this right here, man. You look really good here. I love your footwork. You know, your back, your lateral movement's great. What I don't see in this fight is you ain't got much head movement.
I don't. Well, why do I need to move my head? I'm moving my whole body.
Well, yeah, okay. No, you're right, because if you're moving your head, the body's right there, so you go to your body. So if you're moving everything,
Jerry, was that a good question?
Look, no, you corrected me. You're lucky we didn't. Look, we go 12 rounds. You got 11 rounds left. What are you gonna do with the 11 rounds?
Why, my whole body is moving. Why would I? You only move your head.
Because there are times I see you. I don't know if you're waiting to counter him. Are you waiting for him to throw a punch? Look at the
I'm
video.
tell you what I'm doing. My reaction speed is on a whole different level. So whenever he's doing, I don't have to move my head. I know he's going. I react right when he reacts. So he's never going. Like when my reaction time is so on point that I don't have to move my head because whenever he throw, I'm gonna move before he throw it anyway.
So you're telling me he's got quick hands. He was fast. You said that, right?
Fast, yeah, fast.
All right. So you're talking about the head movement, moving your body. So you're telling me what kills speed? Timing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, my reaction time was tremendous, man. Like I react to everything way before it even happens. I think even when I don't move my head, I think I'm safe.
Yeah. I mean, so what was the game plan going into this fight? Similar to Oscar De La Hoya, frustrating him out of his game, or you just want to go in there and what's the preparation for Overcard?
Frustrated. I'm frustrated with Overclock because my trainers, man, they want me to move. They want me to move on everybody, man. And I'm saying to myself, why am I moving? He can't. I mean, I'm not scared of Over, man. You know, why am I moving? Why am I running? And I want to sit there and bang with Over because Over's cool. Excuse me, but I want to fight Over. I want to fight.
Mike Tyson watching that fight.
Mike Tyson. I was um Peter McNeely was remember being at the fight, man. He remembers from the fight.
So let me ask you this: what was it? And I know I'm going to go a little off course here, but I got to get this in. What was it about Pernell Whitaker that made you so confident that you could have beat him?
My brother loved him so much. Hey, Jerry. I don't care what anybody say. I don't care what anybody say. Pernell Whitaker would not have beat me. I would have died in there to beat Pernell Whitaker just because my brother loved him so much.
You think you could have beat him though? Really?
Could have beat him, yes. I know I could have beat him. I know I could have beat him.
What makes you say that? I understand because he was your brother's favorite fighter. But besides that, what was it technically, or what do you?
I was taller. I was faster. He had more experience. But I think my motivation when it comes to Pernell Whitaker was on a whole different level, man. I would have beat Pernell.
All right, so watching this right here, this Overcard fight, let's talk about it real quick. I watched that fight, right, and I remember watching that fight when it happened, and I watched the fight. You looked real good in that fight. You both your hand speed, footwork. Like I said, you remind me of Sugar Ray Leonard, right? And so that was a tough fight for you.
I don't know if there's ever easy fight. I don't know if there's an easy fight. I mean, just going into a fight, doing 12 rounds with nobody in there, nobody in there with you. That's tough. To go out there and fight in front of 30,000 people, man. Just to go in there and fight in front of 30,000 people and millions of people watching on television. All the lights is hot. You're the center of attention, man. Then you got a guy in there that's punching you in your face every time you punch him in his face. It's hard.
So let me ask you about being afraid and being prepared. If you ever, so again, Jess was coming up with some great questions. If you ever go into anything thinking you can lose, then you're already lost, right? So what was the mindset? Like I know we've talked about this, not being afraid to lose.
I want to excuse myself right now because I have to tell you this exactly how I feel about this. This is the God's honest truth. I was either, excuse my language, either I was gonna fuck him up or he was gonna fuck me up. And if I'm not in shape, I'm gonna lose. But if I'm in shape, I'm fucking him up. That's how much I don't care who it was. That's how much confidence I had in myself.
Absolutely, and I think that's what a lot of these young amateur fighters need to understand, because they don't want to enjoy the process. They just want to have their hand raised and win, but they don't want to work hard in the gym and train to get that mentality in their mind and in their body where I'm going out there and I ain't gonna lose no matter what.
You know my confidence, my confidence did a trick on me with Oscar De La Hoya. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I was confident enough to beat Oscar, but when I didn't get enough sleep the night before the fight, this is what happened. I wasn't hanging out. I went to bed at 8 o'clock. I remember clearly. I got the lights out. I got my eyes closed, but I never went to sleep. I'm thinking about the fight. I'm thinking about the fact he didn't weigh in. he didn't make the weight. And when I get up to go to the bathroom, it's 4:30 in the morning, and I turn the TV on. So I never got no sleep. When it's time to eat breakfast, I'm still tired from the night before. So when I had Oscar hurt, my confidence was there for me to beat him like any other fight. But my confidence wasn't there to go the 12 rounds, even though I know I was in shape to go 12 rounds. But I was just extremely tired.
Let me ask you this, Darrell. Who was your first loss, and how did it affect you?
My first loss was a guy named and forgive my language because it's like
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
he was a fat light skinned guy and and they told me it was an exhibition. I didn't know what an exhibition was. This was supposed to be my first amateur fight. He was 95 pounds. I mean, he was 90 pounds. I was 70 pounds. And I'm saying he's too big. They said it doesn't count. It's an exhibition. I'm like, what is the exhibition? He said, this y'all box around in front of the crowd. It don't work. It don't count. Do you know that they call him the winner? I cried so bad because they cheated me. How are you gonna tell me it don't? How you gonna tell me it don't count? But then when y'all call him the winner, but I kept that loss in my record. That's one of my four losses as an amateur. And I said to myself, Jerry, I'm gonna try this one more time. If I lose again, I'm never gonna fight again. Jerry, just last year, man, just last year, I realized all my losses from amateur to pro, I got six losses. Four as an amateur, two as a pro, came every 5 years of my life, man.
Wow. Every 5 years?
Every 5 years of my life. I lost every 5 years. In the pros, I lost 1995 to Overclock. Then my next loss was 2000 Oscar De La Hoya.
Two losses. How many
Two losses.
knockouts? Tell me how many
Say
knockouts you have.
it again.
How many knockouts did you have? Knockouts.
And in the pros,
Yeah.
and I got 28 knockouts. They keep saying 27. I got 28 knockouts.
Yeah.
I had
That's
20.
because we talked about that. And that's why I wanted to ask you. So I got a question. I got a question coming in from Justin Dieras. Got some great questions. He's watching. So the question is this. Can you hear me good?
Yeah,
All right. This is the question for Justin. Do you think De La Hoya was trying to get an edge with his weight because he didn't think he could beat you?
of course. That was him being unsure. He wanted every advantage he possibly can get. Yes, and he knew that I haven't been there before because he wanted everything to bother me, and it worked. Oscar De La Hoya was terrified of me. I know for a fact he was because he used every advantage he can get to beat me. He didn't beat me fair. I lost the Overcard. That fight, I won that fight fair square. I was the champion. I never had a fair loss in the professional ranks of boxing, man. I never lost. My two losses, they cheated me both times.
So let me ask you this because we're getting to the end. Darrell, in your boxing career, what do you feel hurt you the most, or what was your most difficult experience in boxing?
You mean what hurt me the most? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say based on me being around great trainers, I wish I could have added a much more experienced trainer to my team. Not getting rid of my trainers, but add an experienced trainer to my team.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hear you.
I think that right there would have elevated my box career, put me on a whole different level.
Yeah. That's good. Tell me about the Edward fight.
What Edwards?
Not. I'm sorry, Darrell. Man,
Willie
Willie.
Edwards,
Talk me about Willie.
Willie Wise.
Yeah.
Man, look, man, look.
Oh man.
Jerry. I'm fighting Willie Wise, right? Right? This is why. This is where I get so mad at my trainers and my management. I feel as they against me. I'm defending my title, Jerry. You hear me? Willie Wise comes. He comes in. He comes in the weigh-in at 153 and a half pounds. Right? They give him 2 hours. They give him 2 hours to lose the weight. I don't eat nothing, Jerry. I don't eat nothing. I don't eat nothing. I wait till he come out because I say I want to make sure the scale is right because I know how much I weigh. Do you know when we got in there, Jerry? It wasn't even the same scale. They wouldn't let me get on the scale. They wouldn't let me. Do you know? Listen, Jerry. Willie Wise had the exact same clothes on, the exact same drawers on. So I know he didn't work out. He was ashy, Jerry. How you gonna be ashy, grease up to lose weight? He was still ashy as he was when he weighed in 2 hours ago. He never. Do you know that this man came in weighing on that new scale 145 pounds, and they wouldn't let me get on the scale to check it. I said I didn't eat. I know I'm supposed to be 146. Let me get on the scale. They wouldn't let me get on the scale, Jerry. And it wasn't even the scale we weighed in on, man.
Yeah, so they brought in the scale.
I don't know who brought the scale. The commissioner brought the scale. I didn't weigh in on that scale. Two different scales, you know. And this is when my trainers them didn't say not one word. My management team ain't say not one word.
They were inexperienced. Do you think that's why?
Man, come on, Jerry. You know. Even Odell, they was getting paid. I don't know. It's one or the other. I know they had my back.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. I get it.
That was my fight. I would have went crazy in there.
So look, let's talk about this. You were in Boston just recently.
Yeah, I was.
And
how you know?
I don't know. Some guy called me and told me. Some guy said, "Yo, how about I come out and pick you up and take you and drop you off?" I don't know who it was, but so you got to meet Kib Diggs. Somebody you fought was that like 30 years ago, right?
Yeah, 1997, man. 97.
I seen the video of you guys talking, and it was great to see the friendship, the love, the respect that you both had for each other. But you guys were in a really good discussion. I mean, the video's on the internet. I watched it. John Scully was live at the event, and I know John. John's a great guy. I call John Scully the encyclopedia of boxing. That guy knows everybody.
Right.
So tell me a little about that discussion. You're at Boston. You drove 9 hours to get to Boston. The Queen Champion drove you while you were sleeping.
Kip Diggs is telling me about the fight. He's telling me about the fight that I won. Kip, I won this fight. This is my fight. This is my story. You have nothing. You have a little bit to do with it. You lost. You can't tell a story that I won. So he's telling me, this is what he's telling me, Jerry. The referee even walked me to my corner one time. How can the ref walk me to my corner? How? Then he said, when I knocked him down, he knocked me down 3 times. He said 4.
4 times.
4 times. He knocked me down 4 times. And but you seen one of them, he didn't even hit me, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yes. Like he's saying that when he did what he said, when I knocked him down in the 10th round, he said the punch was out of this world. Don't get me wrong. He said, Darrelle, I got up off the canvas by myself, wiped my own gloves off, and then the ref stopped the fight. Did I send you that, Jerry?
Yeah, I seen that. I seen the video. Yeah.
It wasn't you, right?
No, I mean, to me, Darrelle, it looked like the ref wouldn't let him up. The ref, he was trying to get up, and the ref was already calling it off.
Well, the ref jumped on top of him to make sure he don't get up because he knew what was going to happen if he got up.
Darrelle. So, Darrelle, listen, man. What do you got going on now? I know you got some events going on, and you just had an event, right, at the park.
Yeah. I'm going back to the park, man, because I want that same energy again, man. It was a lot of people that we haven't seen in 30, 40 years, man, that came out to celebrate. And why would I wait another 30, 40 years to do it again, man? I wanna do it. We have good weather on October the 31st. Come down to the park. Is
October 1st or wait a minute, October 1st or October 31st?
no, October the 1st. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
October the
yeah.
and you know it's I want Jerry, you my PR guy, man. You supposed to correct me, man. You supposed to correct me. Jerry, listen, man. It's Darrelle Coley's day. It's Darrelle Coley's day because you know why? It's the day that I want everybody to feel special. I feel, Jerry, I'm letting these people know, and I want to thank y'all because I feel special every day of my life. Y'all make me feel special every day of my life. What are y'all talking good about me, or what are y'all talking bad about me? Y'all still talking about me, and that right there is special.
That's a good attitude. I mean, we became really good friends, close friends. So tell me a little bit what's going to be going on at the Maryland Park, man. What do you got going on now?
I wanna put some chess tables down there, man. I mean, a lot of people that play chess. I go to the barbershop, man. Lady Champ, I take her out to the barbershop, man. She want to learn how to play chess, man. She's very, I mean, you know, she's a very intelligent woman, man.
Darrelle,
She's
tell me about
smart.
this right here. You said you didn't know this guy.
No, I didn't know. When me and this guy came to the win, both our opponents didn't show. He was a 154 pounder. They lied when they called his weight. Look,
Look at
he
him.
not a 7 pounder, Jerry.
Look at him. Look at him.
Look, now I came in at 147. Now watch how I look. And he's Leo Edwards, man. He was a 154 pounder. And they Donald Trump was promoting this fight. He offered me $75 more if I took the fight with him. I said yes. My trainer said no. I said they're not talking to you. They talking to me.
that was early in your career.
It was early. I had 11 fights, man. Yeah, 11
Yeah,
fights.
7
And
knockouts.
how many knockouts
7 at that time.
at that time? Yeah, sir. Yeah. So I mean,
I
I
think
think
I
I,
think I, I think I think I think I could have took you about that right there. I could have took.
Jerry, I'm gonna be honest, Jerry. If you see what happened to this guy, the reason he got in there, he thought he can take me too.
How so you took this fight? Was it on short notice?
Jerry, I just met the guy at the weigh-in. My guy didn't show up, and his guy didn't show up. Well, at least they told me his guy didn't show up, and they Donald Trump put us together and asked us to fight, even though our weight was different. They called him at 149, but his weight was waiting at 153. I went at 146, and I took the fight, man. I took the fight, and they said it was gonna be on TV.
Oh, so that's why you took it because you wanted to be on TV.
Mhm.
Did you ever fight the real Rocky Balboa?
He turned the fight down. Jerry, the real Rocky Balboa turned the fight down.
Did he?
Yeah. You talking about Sylvester Stallone?
No, man. I'm talking about Rocky Balboa. Did you fight somebody by the name of Rocky Balboa?
Yes, I fought Balboa. Let me tell you what happened with Balboa. They gave me a guy that I'm training for to defend my title with. This is crazy how my box career went, man. They gave me a guy 30, 31 and 2. I remember the guy. I forgot the guy name. They gave me tapes on the guy. 1 week before the fight, they told me the guy broke his hand. The guy can't fight, so they're gonna replace me with Rocky Balboa. I've already seen Rocky Balboa name on the list. And I said to them, I don't want him. He had 60 wins, 15 losses with 54 knockouts. I had like 20 something fights. I'm not fighting this guy. He got 54 knockouts. So they put me with Rocky Balboa. No, this they did. They the last week of the fight, they gave me Rocky Balboa. That they told me that Rocky Balboa. They told me Rocky Balboa. What up? Hold on. I just had to. I got to plug this phone up. They told me Rocky Balboa. They bring the tapes in for Rocky Balboa. I didn't see what Rocky Balboa looked like. The first time I've ever seen Rocky Balboa was I knew he had 54 knockouts. Was at the weigh-in, Jerry. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't know what color he was. No, nothing. Do you know Rocky Balboa? I went up to I went to Mexico 2 years after before. He said, Darrelle, I trained for you for 9 months. I said, what? I got him the last week of the fight. My management team. I don't know if my trainers then was in the on it, but my management team was trying to get me beat extremely bad. They trained for me for nine. They knew they would fight me 9 months ahead of time. They showed. They gave me the notice I was fighting them 1 week before the fight.
Let's. Can we get the sound on here? I don't know if my producer can get any sound on here. Let's listen to this for a second. Is there a way you can get the sound? No, I guess not. He tried. Because I wanted to hear. So look, Darrelle.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Winner Darrelle Tyson, who owns the USBA crown. It's an NABF USBA title unification, and Green has been counting the hours.
Most definitely. I can't wait. I've been thinking about this for the last week.
We'll talk about this.
I can't wait to the fight, and because the only way you get the experience is to go through it, and everybody the experience, and I just can't wait to get it. I want to fight him. I'm glad this fight's taking place.
For very good reason, this is one Reggie Green has been waiting for.
Well, Reggie is using this fight as a measuring stick to see where he fits in this junior welterweight division. Darrelle Tyson has had title fights before, and he believes that a win over a rising young star will lead to another title fight. He's fighting now.
Darrelle Tyson. He
backs up his initial shots, tearing into Ali here in the 11th. He has Ali against the ropes. There's the time remaining, and that is the end.
I looked at the tape.
Now, my good friends, introducing the principals. First in the red corner, wearing the green trunks, at 145 pounds. This veteran pugilist has 16 wins, 15 losses with 54 big knockouts. All the way from Monterrey, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the challenger, Jaime Rocky Balboa. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed in gold sequins. He weighed in at an even 147 pounds. Now this young man has 25 wins, no losses, 1 draw, with 18 big knockouts. He is currently ranked number 10 by the WBC and is the NABF welterweight champion from Capitol Heights, Maryland, and out of hardcore boxing, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Darrelle Too Sweet Coley.
All right, let's get that out. Let's get that down. What's up with that?
No, I never. Listen, Jerry, listen to his record, Jerry. He has 16.
One of the best looking young fighters to come.
And 54. Jerry, I had 25 fights.
Yeah.
And Jerry, for the win, I never did a table. I have no idea. I don't know if you saw.
I just think you had a unique boxing career, and I'm getting feedback. I don't know if that's late man or what. All right. Let's. All right. Gary, you there?
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm just getting that feed. Somebody was listening to me or something. But I'm getting that feed. Let's try to get back to where I'm getting at. So October 1st, there's something going on at Maryland Park, man. You excited about it?
Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited to the fact that, man, I'm just in a position to do things that I think that's blessings to other people. I don't care how many people come or show up. I just want somebody to show up to let them know that I'm just trying to do things that, once I get help and everybody start helping and everybody become as one, everything will be back the same around my neighborhood, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what is it like, Darrelle, when you have you ever gone back on YouTube or anywhere watch some of your older fights?
Hey, Jerry, I watch YouTube every day. I don't go watch me much, but I show Lady Champ a few fights that I don't show them. She's act to see them. You know, she act to see them, and I don't watch meets, but I got a lot of content on YouTube. Not boxing. I watch some of that, but as far as me watching my fights, I don't watch that much. But Lady Champ watch. I woke up one morning, Lady Champ in there watching my fight. I'm like, was she trying to fight me or something?
You getting ready to train. You getting ready to train. She's the brains behind the operation.
Exactly.
The operation. You got to
Right.
give her a big shout out, man. You're a lucky man.
Yeah, she's man. Listen, man.
Did you get a chance?
Say it again. Say it again.
I said you're a blessed man because she really cares about you and
No, listen, Jerry. Bridget is. I'm talking about like 100% a great person, man. She's a great person, man. Real talk, she's a great person.
Absolutely, and as much as I've gotten to talk to her and know her, she's always been sweet and gracious and very, very nice. Now, let me ask you something. Do you watch boxing today?
I don't. I don't know how to watch boxing, Jerry. I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm saying it because it's like I don't know what. I mean, I don't know the name of the people that I'm watching. Like, I don't. I don't like. Me and Lady Champ, we be so busy and like people say, there the fight coming on tonight. I go. By the time I realize the fight is on, it's like 12 o'clock at night. I'll be so busy, just tied up. Me and Lady Champ have so much fun every day. It's like I don't watch TV. I watch TV in the daytime, but I miss fights. I'm not neglecting the sport of boxing, but I just miss fights because me and Lady Champ is always we everywhere. We end up in Boston once or twice, you know?
Yeah. The next time you end up in Boston, you better call me. Listen, let me ask you this: did you get a chance to watch the Canelo Triple G fight?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna watch it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch that tonight.
You ain't gonna watch it. You ain't gonna watch it. You're too busy to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not. Listen, let me ask you something. Who's your favorite fighter today? If you don't watch it, or you watch a little bit of it, who's your favorite boxer right now?
My favorite boxer right now is DeMarcus Chop Chop Coley.
He don't fight anymore. He did a bare knuckle event. Did you see his bare knuckle fight?
Yeah, I seen all his fights, man. But let me say this:
tremendous shape.
DeMarcus Chop Chop Coley, man, is at this age, man, he's in tremendous shape.
Oh man,
ain't he, Joe Jerry? Ain't he, Jerry?
I follow him on Facebook. I talk to him on Facebook. I had a chance to. I had an opportunity to interview him. We should interview DeMarcus and you at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, that would be fine. I like the guy. He's one of my favorite fighters, man.
He was a great boxer. He fought Oscar De La Hoya too. I mean, Floyd Mayweather. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather.
But he designs all the costumes he came out to.
Mm-hmm. Very talented guy, man. Very talented guy.
I don't know if he's a better boxer or a better cook. You ever see him cook?
I seen him cook. I haven't tasted his food, but I've seen him cook before. I'm just a fan of his, man. He's a great guy, man. I'm talking about. I remember when he was an amateur.
Reach out to him, Darrelle. Reach out to him. I got him on Facebook. I'll reach out to him, man. I'd love to have a conversation with DeMarcus Coley and you and talk about because the way boxing is today, it's just not the same when you guys were fighting, man. I really don't think it is. You know, I mean, Earl Spencer Jr. and Terrence Crawford's supposed to be fighting. I think these fighters today, Darrelle, fight more on social media than they do in the ring. They do. I think these are the fights the fans want to see, and we're wasting time. It's boxing turning. It's fighting.
Jerry, we had the opportunity to see Marvelous Marvin Hagler versus Sugar Ray Leonard, and they taking this long to see some Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. Are you serious?
Right.
Are you serious?
Do you think it's greedy promoters or the fighters themselves?
I don't know. I don't know which one it is, but I just think it's nonsense. I think if we can see Oscar De La Hoya versus Floyd Mayweather. You can't give us Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. Are you serious? We've seen Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield, and you can't give us Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence. Are you crazy? It's
Yeah,
crazy.
no, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Do you think this is coming? Let me see if I can read. This is coming from another viewer. It says, "Do you think you would consider boxing today in an event like Tyson or Roy Jones Jr. did? Like, do you think maybe he misspelled? Do you think you would consider boxing today in an event like Tyson and Jones Jr. did? Like the event, like how's it? It's different today.
You lost me on that question. I'm kind of
Yeah,
figuring
because
out.
I'm kind of lost on the question, but I'm sure he'll clean it up and send it. But how are we not get Blaze Man? What's up?
I'm sorry. I just I want to clarify the question because I'm curious too, man. I believe he's asking if you would fight a match like Tyson and Jones Jr. did, like an exhibition with somebody to that effect.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Thank you, Blaze Man.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad he asked me that. Blaze, I'm glad you asked. I'm trying to get Jerry in there now as we speak. Hey, no, I would do an exhibition, but my exhibition will be with somebody that
Yes, exactly. You said Blaze. Exactly. So yeah,
okay.
who would you
So,
if you had a chance? Who would you want to do an exhibition with?
I don't know, somebody that I'm friends with, not to try to hurt each other. They understand. I wouldn't want to get in there with somebody that's trying to prove a point to make me try to prove a point. And I would want a talented boxing match, a friendly boxing match that's exciting to get them fans their money worth, but not to go out there and try to hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt nobody, and I don't want nobody to hurt me. So I'm saying that to say, if it was somebody that I can trust, that's not going to like make me mad enough to kick their ass. No.
Who would that be? Who would that be?
I know. I was actually trying to get Shambe Mitchell. Shambe Mitchell is a very crafty fighter, man.
How many times did he beat you?
He beat me once. Only once. Before once.
What's the story with Shambe Mitchell? Come on.
What you mean? I mean, it depends on who's telling the story. Like my story with Shambe Mitchell, man, one of the greatest talents to ever come from our area, man.
Wasn't he on a podcast? Was it him or was it another fighter that was on a podcast?
Man. He said he beat me 19 times.
You said he beat you once.
Okay, I said he said. I never said he beat me 19 times. He said he beat me 19 times. No, I know he was clowning, but the thing is, man, I mean, even for him, even
if he raised money for a charity, maybe there's something like to put on an event that you're doing to raise money for the event, and that I think that would be great, right? I mean, make a little money.
I'm a box around with Shambe, man, just not to try to hurt Shambe or Shambe to try to hurt me, but the box based on our talents, man, because Shambe is a talented fighter.
Oh,
and so
he is.
I would love to go in there, man, and play around with Shambe, man. Just to, I mean, everything don't have to be hurt and kill. It's based on, it's a sport. It's hurt. People that play basketball, they don't try to kill each other. So why do we have to try to kill each other when we box?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So Darrelle, listen, man, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on tonight. I definitely want to do the thing with Chop Coley and you. I think that would be awesome.
No, it's Chop Coley, not Coley.
Really?
I called him Chop Coley, playing with him. I called him Chop Coley.
I just call him Chop because he's an awesome dude, man.
No, you call him Chop because you don't know his last name.
What's his last name?
His name is Corley. Right. Not Coley.
Oh, I said, all right. I'm sorry. So tell Lady Champ, thank you so much for getting you on tonight and working out that. This is Darrelle Coley, two-time NABF champion, IBC welterweight world champion, and Mid-Atlantic welterweight champion. Thank you so much for taking the time out tonight to speak with us about your boxing career and the great conversations you have with all these people and the event you're putting on October 1st. Get out there. If you're in that area, you want to get out and visit Darrelle and at the event he's putting on. And somebody beat him in chess. I have him in checkmate in like 2 moves. You don't
Hey,
want
look,
to
let
play
me say this. Let me say this.
out.
The event is the Darrelle Coley's Day in Merlin Park. It's Darrell Coley's Day in Merlin Park. The day where we having fun. We having bring whatever you can bring. We're gonna make sure that it helps. It helps for the event. Jerry, you should come out to the event, man, because I came down to Boston, Massachusetts to see you, and you did not come out to see me, man. That's terrible.
I know,
No, Jerry,
man.
Jerry, let me be honest, Jerry. Before you go, Jerry, let me tell you what happened, Jerry. Lady Champ said, Darrell, Jerry is we in Boston. Do you want to see Jerry? I said, no, we don't want to waste our time.
Yeah, I love you, brother. I love you. I love you. Hey,
Ladies
listen,
and gentlemen.
real quick, because I know somebody's listening. What did you get the chance to watch the Dallas and the Bengals game?
Yeah, once again, yeah, we look good. Yeah.
You look good. What do you think that? Don't put the hat down so we see the star.
I got you. I got you.
You're gonna get. You still play. You gotta play on the PS4, man. And he's gonna beat you with the Bengals and the Cowboys.
Nah, man, we good. I'm straight, man. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. All right. He said no because he's a Bengals fan. My son-in-law is a Bengals fan. Justin. He's a Bengals fan. He's like, we're gonna get you next time.
Right.
So hey, man, thanks so much for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it. You have a great night, and we'll do this again sometime. And let's. I know you're friends with a lot of professional fighters, boxers. I know. Riddick Bowe and you are always going back and forth and things like that. So let's do it again, man. Thank you so much, Lady Champ. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Go ahead, Darrell. What do you want to say?
Lady Champ said bye. Lady Champ said bye. And listen, the next time we get on, I'm gonna see if I can get Evander Holyfield. I'm gonna talk to Evander to see if he's gonna come on. Would he come on with me, man?
You make me cry. You make
Man,
me cry.
you know, I put you on the phone with him, right? Did you cry when I put you on the phone?
You absolutely did. I want to thank you for that. Darrelle Coley had Evander Holyfield call me, and I was starstruck. I was starstruck because Evander Holyfield. Real quick before we go, Evander Holyfield is my favorite all-time heavyweight champion of the world. When he was fighting Mike Tyson, everybody thought I was crazy that I said Evander Holyfield was going to beat Mike Tyson. Evander Holyfield was going to beat Mike Tyson. They said, you're nuts. I said, no. Mike Tyson's not going to bully Evander Holyfield. There's no way. He's too technically sound. He's too good of a boxer, puncher. I think Evander Holyfield would have beat Tyson Fury. I really do. I think Holyfield is the greatest heavyweight boxer of my time. I love Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, but me growing up watching Evander Holyfield, he was my favorite fighter of all time. If you make that happen, you're gonna have me crying live, man. He's the greatest. He's a real deal.
I'm gonna talk to him tomorrow. I talk to him tomorrow, and then
he's the real deal. That would be amazing. Thank you so much, Dab. You have a great night. Go eat your American chop suey or whatever, your shrimp scampi, whatever you were eating. And you had to put it down, throw it in the microwave, warm it back up, man.
All right, thanks, Jerry, man. Appreciate
you so much. We'll talk, man. You have a great night.
All right, you.
Darrell Coley, man. Darrell, too sweet, Coley. Great interview, man. I told you it'd be fun. Very interesting. Look, we didn't get too much into it, but I wanted to ask him. You know, when I talk with him, me and Darrell are really, really, really good friends, and we talk all the time. And I'll tell you what, I don't understand. He should be a boxing commentator, a boxing trainer, and we didn't get into that tonight. Those are other things we can talk about. Why he doesn't train. He told me why. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Justin, for that. He told me why he doesn't train boxers today, and he does visit the gym every now and then and give advice to young people. Thank you, Donnie, for that. I really appreciate that. He does time to time get to gyms and work with young people and help them out. But I think he'd make a tremendous boxing trainer, boxing promoter, boxing manager. I wanted to ask him about that tonight, but we got into some other things, and we'll have him on again. And wouldn't it be amazing if we had Evander Holyfield on? Darrell, if you can make that happen, that way. I know Evander Holyfield and Darrell are really, really close friends. So that's not really, I did have the opportunity to speak with Evander Holyfield on the phone, have a great conversation with him, and I was starstruck. I really, really was. but it was an honor to be able to speak with my boxing hero, Evander Holyfield, greatest boxer of all time from my generation growing up. And I thank Darrelle for making that happen. He did tell me, he says, listen, I'm going to have Evander Holyfield call you. I said, all right, Darrelle. All right. Yeah, you're going to have Evander Holyfield call me. Yeah, all right, cool. My phone's ringing one day, and behold, I answer it. It's Evander Holyfield. We had a great conversation. It'd be amazing to have him on. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Let's not forget this weekend, Winter Wonderland. Let's not forget this weekend, October, the October Fest at Troy City Brewhouse in Fall River. Get out, explore the great city of Fall River, Massachusetts, and you will see its greatness. I want to thank everybody that took the time. I know we got a little late start. I want to thank you all for being patient and sticking with us. And I want to thank my producer Blaze for making it happen. And I want to thank the Queen champion, Darrelle Coley's wife, for helping work with Blaze to make it all happen. It was totally a team effort. Everybody came together, worked hard to make this show happen. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out, listening to us. Check us out next weekend with another guest, and have a great, great night. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight.
Come on and let the good time roll. We gon' stay here till we soothe our souls. If it take all night long, one more time. Come on and let the good time roll. We gon' stay here till we soothe our souls. If it take all night long, gotta tell you, evening sun is sinking low. The clock on the wall says it's time to go. I got my plans, I don't know about you. I'll tell you exactly what I'm gonna do. Get in the groove and let the good time roll. I'm gonna stay here till I soothe my soul. If it take all night long, yeah. Everybody let the good time roll. We gon' stay here till we soothe our souls. If it take all